They're so embarrassed. Oh man, so we were just like, what should we talk about? We got a PS, but we were like, well, we talked about last time. So we were just listening to it, and it was about how we were like, get off, like we were having a coming to, the present moment with ourselves of like, get off your fucking phone, do what you need to do. Steph goes, so an update then. As before, we both got caught up on reels on my phone. I was like listening to sounds because we're together. So I was like, oh, maybe we can make a reel. And then I was like listening to my sounds. And then like I went to the reel section and then I just started scrolling and she was watching over my shoulder. I'm like, and then the only thing that stopped me was because I have somehow, in my never-ending journey to be more healthy and figure out what's going on with my body, because I don't believe them. I got on the worm side of Instagram reels or whatever. So we were like talking about that, and the only thing that stopped us was that the girl's name, and I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be like a reel about worms and shit. And then we're like, okay, what are we talking about today?
Update, we're still on our phones too much.
So here's the thing. What has went well for me? How long ago was that? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. What has went well for me is that I came off of my deload week and I am in the middle of my second week of the same lifting program.
Mhm.
So I'm in round 2, week 2 of the same lifting program I've done. I've got to lift today. I've got to do my mile run or walk today and my lift today, and then I've got to lift tomorrow, and then I'm set for the week and reset and then start again on Monday. I have also been doing the streak challenge. So like, it's like, oh, we're going streaking between Thanksgiving and Christmas where you run or walk a mile every day. So I've been doing that. And I planned out my lifts so that like next week, because I have that procedure Thursday, I'm going to do 4 days solid. And if I don't get the 5th day, I don't get the 5th day, just depending on how I feel, because I'm not going to push it. But that's okay, because the first 3 weeks I did of this lifting program, I only did 4 days just because that's how it shook out. And I'm proud of myself for getting back into it and getting back on a routine, because I'm telling you, man, through when Saturn that was retrograde for those 6 months, where like it stationed direct towards the end of, I think, November, and it was like disrupting a lot of patterns for people. And I'm telling you, man, like June, I went through like it was hard for me to stay on track with my working out and things like that. So I was really grateful now that I've been in this kind of like routine or whatever. I will say though, I am on my phone still too much. Like, and it's upsetting me. Well, it's a toss up. What I want to get away from is when I'm coming home and I'm on my phone.
Sure.
Because yesterday I had a no-show, and during that time, and a client ended early. So during that time, I was working on my bullet journal, and it felt so good to like be setting up, because I was setting up February's like stickers and whatever, just making it pretty for myself. And it felt so good to be doing that. And I was listening to ASMR while I was doing it. So it was like, oh, it felt like a whole like, oh, I just feel so good. And then I had that no-show. So then I kept doing it. And then I had a second to eat and like kind of like not like rush into eating, which I don't book off time to eat. I just kind of like do whatever throughout the day. And so it was nice to like just have an hour with this space. So now I guess the update is going better than I thought it was going to. Now it's taking that focus and not doing that shit when I come home and combating it. So there have been some wins of like not going on and doing my laundry right away and then going on. So like delaying the gratification, but it's almost like, maybe I just want to choose days where I'm on it and then other days where it's like not, because maybe that would be helpful for my brain of like sectioning it off of like, okay, Monday I'll allow myself, and then Thursday I'll allow myself, but then Tuesday and Wednesday you're doing what you need to be doing.
I think the only thing that kept me from it for a little while was doing that puzzle, because I was like actively doing a puzzle and like listening to books. And so I didn't have the inkling to like open my phone and check, because I didn't care, because I was like actively doing something. Whereas like if I'm reading, again, usually if I'm reading, I'm really into the book, but I found myself like putting my book down to check my fucking phone for what? And I feel like it's not good for me to be on anything right now because it's just telling me to buy more fucking shit that I don't have money for.
I know. I'm like really in this like not spiral, but like this thought process of like, I really want like a fun Christmas outfit and I can't find anything that I like. So then it's just kind of this like constant like being on my influencers pages to be like, I don't want to miss the deal. And I think it's doubled down by, I wanted to try the trouser pants from Abercrombie and they're all fucking sold out. So I'm like, I can't miss the deal.
It's nuts.
Like, get off your goddamn phone. So
I should just start another puzzle. However, I will say, because I'm so it's like Mari's kryptonite. She would never do a puzzle. Never. Like she would rather die.
Like I literally walked to a puzzle. I walked to your house. I walked to Kenosha. Walked a marathon to Steph's house. I walked into your house and I was like, Rose, who's doing a puzzle? And she was like, bitch, I love puzzles. And I was like, vomit immediately. You might as well ask me to go to a museum. God. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love history. I really, really do. But like, I am like one of those people where it's like, I want to see something. You give me like 5 minutes with it. I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah.
Why are we standing here still?
Yes.
Like, so I love traveling with stuff because I'll put like this huge list together and she knows. So I'm like, we get there and I'm like, okay, like, she's like, okay. I was like, what do you need to sit and stare at this painting for a long time? Like, I'm bored. Can we go?
Yes.
So yeah, a puzzle sounds fucking terrible. Sounds awful. But I'm glad that that it kept you busy and took away that like knee-jerk, because that's all it is a habit. That knee-jerk reaction. And that's the thing is with instant gratification, those habits get set immediately. That dopamine is rewarding, so it's set immediately. And of course it's going to take longer to build up the other habits, like a lifting schedule or reading or whatever, because any book, I mean, I don't remember the last book that I started that it grabbed me immediately. Like I really don't. Like they usually kind of just take a second and then I get into it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm there. But like it takes time to build that, right? Where the phone is just instantly. Yes, I'm in.
It's just so annoying to me that I'm like irritating myself. Like you're making an active choice to do something that's going to irritate you. What are you doing?
And that's why I think it's good to pull back and have those conversations with ourselves and those reflections. And it's good because really when you said so an update, I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. As I started talking about it though, I started being like, okay, so 50-50. Like I'm not as bad as I thought I was still being on it. However, still more than I want to be. So I'm going to give myself a praise for the things that I did and understand, okay, back to the drawing board. It's not this fucking self-sabotaging of like, oh, I wasn't 100%, so I'm fucking trash and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the other thing that we, like, if you tried, that's all that matters. And you have to reflect to make sure that you actually did try, because I clearly could have operated off like, bitch, you didn't even try. When in reality, now me reflecting was like, oh, okay, so I made some changes, or at least I've been consistent too with my workout routine, which has been really nice. But like, back to the drawing board, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be this thing that, well, I said I'm going to do it, so immediately I'm in it. That's not reality. So, what are you going to do? What do you think you're going to do to double down on this for the next? Because we're coming up to time off too. We're coming up to time off. So,
and I did decide to possibly work a day over break. Like so far, I'm just doing a day because like it hasn't been a ton of people. Because typically, what happens between Christmas and New Year's is like people don't want to talk about heavy things. They just like want to be with their family or like relax or whatever. Or if they're traveling, things come up. So I was anticipating taking the entire week off, and now I'm kind of like, do I need the whole week off? I don't know. Like I'll intersperse some things, but I have a few people that I'm going to meet with. Other than that, I have to finish my reading goal, which it's not going to be a problem because I keep changing it every week.
I was like every 14 seconds
upping it. Yeah. I just bought a walking pad because Mari said that it was okay to do that. I wanted one for months and I'm like, I can't, like, that's not, even though I know I'll use it, I just kept telling myself like that's an irresponsible decision. It's not even like it's $1,000 because it's not.
No.
But I just kept telling myself that it like wasn't worth the money. And then I was like, I'm just going to do it. Because obviously once you click on it once, it's going to be in your feed.
Well, and the thing is too, is it like, let's look at what irresponsible is. Is this something that I can use daily? Is it something that's just this fad that I'm thinking about? No, like you've shown yourself that you're consistent with your working out and taking your health seriously. You do like watching shows and movies and stuff like that. Why not then add, okay, 20 minutes, I'm just going to do a little walk ski and then sit down. Like it doesn't have to be this giant thing, but I don't think it's an irresponsible decision to pour into yourself, as long as one, I have the money, and then two, it's within reasonable price. Like, like I fucking curled, crossbody curled 20s yesterday. And I told Jeff if he wants to fucking fuck around and find out, he can. And I was like, I need 35s for my RDLs, buddy. So go to the store.
I need one more 35. I've had 135 for a very long time. 35 are like $70.
They're so expensive.
It's so stupid for
fucking reason.
You can go to Play It Again Sports if you don't care about how they look. I'm particular. Oh, see, all mine have to look the same.
No.
You can get.
I got a little hodgepodge. I got 25s from a rummage sale, and I got them for Adam when we were married, and he obviously never used them. And I was like, I'll never use these. And now I'm just fucking chest pressing those bitches in the basement, like I'm fucking Hulk.
Yeah, go to Play It Again Sports. You can get them at a discount.
And I did want to go to Play It Again Sports because I wanted to look at their cross country skis, even though it doesn't look like we're getting any fucking snow this winter.
Okay, don't say that out loud. I don't want snow.
Like, I love snow. This rain needs to stop. Like, it's not raining today, but like, fucking knock that off. It's ruining everyone's day, except